Hey YouTube, I have to put a little bit of makeup on to film a couple of videos, and I just recently got a set of brushes from my makeup brush set, so I wanted to do like a get ready with me / try it with me video using the brushes. And I am going to show you what I have. I have what they call the 10-piece gold or black and gold brush set, but what they actually are is sort of rose gold color. So you have this top here, which this is plastic, like a hard plastic, and this one has that feeling sort of like NARS packaging at the bottom. But I am going to quickly show you the brushes that I have. I will group them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are your 5 face brushes. Of course, sort of these 3 you can use for liquid powder cream foundations. This one I would use for, and I'll use for concealer. This one you can use for contour. Then you have what I call the 5 eye brushes here. And these are the ones that look more toothbrush-like. So this one, and this one you can use for sort of liner. This one you can actually use for a sharper contour. These 2, what I am going to try to do is use one for shadow on the inner corner, and then one for a brow bone color. And if you want to see how these brushes work for me, keep watching. Alright, so I forgot to mention, if you are interested in these brushes, you can pick them up at mymakeupbrushset.com. The price that I saw online as of last night, which was November the 26th, was $39.99 for this 10-piece set. They do have different sets and they have different price points if you want to check them out. I did also see that if you are like a first-time shopper on there, you can sign up for the mailing list and you can save 10%. The brushes also come in this little velvety drawstring bag for storage, and the brushes all came individually wrapped. When I got them, I did wash them, so we are ready for use right now. I am going to just sort of do a light makeup today, and I always say that and it ends up being more than I expected. So the plan is to do a light makeup today using the brushes. So the foundation, my eyes, of course the lips I won't be using the brushes for, but I did also read that you could use these smaller brushes here for your lips, but I won't be doing that today. So let us get started. I am going to take my makeup off, and I think that I am going to use the largest brush to put my primer on, and then the next size I am going to use for my foundation. Actually, we will skip foundation. I am just going to use the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, and I am going to try to use this largest brush, and we will see how that goes. I have my mirror ready here, so let's get started. I am just going to hang on, let me shake that a little bit. I am going to do what I always do and just squeeze a bit of it on the back of my hand and then dot it on my face. And as you can see, I have used quite a bit of that, so we're going to go with that amount. And I'm going to take my glasses off, and I am just going to, and my glasses just slid into the trash can. We'll put them right there. I am just going to use my mirror and sort of dot this all over the face and then spread it with the largest oval brush. And they say that this is supposed to give you sort of an airbrushed effect, or sort of the same effect as using sort of your beauty blender. So we shall see. And I have a lavalier mic that my son got me, so hopefully we are not getting a lot of interference. But let's see. All right, so this is the largest brush. And what I did notice, and I'll go back, is that the larger brushes, and this one doesn't seem to be as bad as some of the other videos I've seen, are sort of flimsy. So I put my finger here and just sort of bring it down like that. And I don't know, the brows of course are already done. If this is fair, because you can't really see the foundation because this is not really a full coverage foundation. What I will tell you is that this brush is very smooth on the face and it sort of glides across my skin. All right. And what I am going to do, since I have this brush in my hand, I am actually going to set this with powder because it's feeling like it's a little bit oily. And I think I'm going to use a loose powder. So I'm going to grab one of my Bare Minerals mineral veils. And I have one here, Brightening Pearl Perfect Light Mineral Veil here. I am just going to sort of tap a little bit of it in the lid here and use the same brush. And it fits very well inside of there. So you have a little bit of powder here. And I am just going to sort of do that type of motion. Now you can't really see my coverage because I have, like I said, it's sort of a tinted moisturizer that I used. And as I put my glasses on, I can see I still have a little bit of shine sort of right there. All right. But the way the brush feels, it does feel like it will sort of airbrush your foundation. Only thing I can say is just remember to have that finger right there for support of the brush, or I'm afraid that it might snap. And I don't think that's any different than any other brand that makes these same brushes. So the next thing I am going to do is, let me put a little bit of primer on my eyes, and I am going to go into doing my eye makeup. All right, so primer is on my eyes, and I'm going to be using my Morphe 35K palette today, which looks like this. And I want to grab one of the smaller, it's actually going to be one of the smaller face brushes to sort of set my primer with. So I'll use this really small one to sort of set the primer on my lids with. And we are going to sort of go, I think we're going to go with this color here on the end. And then I'm going to clean this brush off with sort of my BH Cosmetics little Vermona dupe. And I'm going to use this one again for concealer, but I just want to set my eyeshadow with this. The smaller brushes, I am not so concerned about them breaking, because because the head is smaller, they seem a little bit more stable. And what I like about this brush is that it gets right here into the corner of the eye. Alright, so my eyeshadow is set. I am going to use regular brushes for the rest of my eyeshadow because none of those other brushes would fit to do the rest of my eyeshadow except the brow bone, but I'll show you the brow bone. I'll be right back. Alright, so I sort of have the base of my eyeshadow on. I am going to take, not the rounded one, I am going to sort of take this squared off little small round one. The other one sort of has a, where is it? The other one has a sort of a dome shape to it. And this one is flat, if you can see it. But I am going to take this one and I am going to put my highlight color on. And I think that I will be going with this color here. And we will see how that works out. And I actually really like how that fits right in there. And all right, and brow bone highlight is done. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Okay, brow bone highlight is done. And I am going to take the smallest, which is this one, the smallest of like these little toothbrush looking brushes. And I'm going to put a little bit of a liner on the top of my lid. And I am not going to go with anything super dark. So I think I'm going to go with this color right here. Just to put a little bit, and to try the brush to see how it works. Put a little bit of eyeliner on my lash line here. And it does sort of a diffused bit of a darker color on the lash line. I think maybe if you wet it or you used a cream product, of course, you could get a better eyeliner at the base of your lashes. That is not what I was really going for today. So I'm going to finish the other eye. All right, so I went on and finished that and put a little bit of mascara on. And now I know I powdered, but I am going to go back and put a little bit of concealer under my eye. And I am going to use the Bare Minerals Bare Skin, and I have it in the color Dark to Deep. So I'm going to put this under my eye. And this is one of my favorites concealer. So we're going to see how that brush works with this concealer. And FYI, in case you didn't know, I'm going to use this one again. Oval brushes were originally, and this is what I have read, originally designed for you to put makeup on yourself, whereas brushes such as this were intended for you to put makeup on somebody else. So it's supposed to make this process of applying your makeup much easier to do on you. Hence the way they go forward and not out of the top. The top, you are doing somebody else. This way, on yourself. Just in case you hadn't heard that. That is what I have heard. Now, I don't know if you can see, but this is making my concealer go on pretty flawlessly. And let's see, I am looking. I do see a few streaks. I am going to be completely honest with you. I do see a few, but I feel like I can sort of buff them out. And then I'm going to, this is the third thing I'm going to use this brush for. I'm going to use this same brush in sort of my Sacha Buttercup powder and set this area here. I feel like I'm just spreading this one. It seems like the product does not absorb into the brush, so it's spreading the, and we'll put some here, it's spreading the product over my face more, if you understand what I'm saying. More of it is staying on my face than going into this brush. All right, so let's grab my concealer here. Mind you, I cannot see a thing because I don't have my glasses on, but got my Sacha Buttercup, and I am just going to put a little bit into the lid and just sort of, and we'll see what happens. I'm scared. And I am just going to sort of pat. We are not baking anything. I am just going to sort of pat this area here. All right, so we have the eyes and we have the concealer done. All right, so I am going to take one more powder because the coverage is not all that much with the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I'm going to take my very used Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC. I do have a backup, thank goodness, but I'm going to take that next to the largest brush and sort of just put it around in here. I'm going to tap it off a little bit. I lost my, there it is. I lost my mirror for a second. We'll tap it off a bit and just sort of I noticed going around in sort of circles, not good. It's better using this brush to go straight down. I don't know how other people apply it, but for me, I get better sort of control going in straight lines instead of going in circular motions. All right, so skin finish is on. I feel like I changed, I kind of changed my lighting a little bit here, because I felt like I was looking a little bit washed out. So we do even have a little bit of a smaller brush that I am going to use for blush. I am not going to really contour today. I am going to use the, what is this? The It's Your Beauty award-winning must-haves palette from It Cosmetics. And I am going in with that Je ne sais quoi blush. And we'll tap it off a bit. And woo, it holds on to a lot of blush here. So FYI, be careful if you are going to use this for your blush, because it put a lot of blush on there. Truly enough for both sides of my face and then some. And I'm finding I have to sort of blend that in a little bit. I am going to go in with the bronzer a little bit and just sort of just a little bit, because it doesn't really add much. What is this? All right, so I feel like I have the majority of my face done. I am going to add a little bit of a highlight, just very natural one. And this one is called Be My Highlight. It's by Essence, the Pure Nude Highlighter. Oh, since I'm going to use this one again. I am going to sort of just clean it off on here, and I'm going to use this one for my highlight as well. Be careful. This one picks up a lot of product. And this highlight is very subtle, which I like for every day. Okay, so highlight is on as well. And I think that is it. Oh, I wanted to put a little bit of a shimmer in my inner corner with the rounded dome brush. All right, so this brush here, and I'm going to take this color here and just go into the inner corner of my eye. And I like the shape, the dome shape, for going right here into the inner corner, because it goes right into that little socket there. And just brightens right up into this little socket right here. And this brush is absolutely perfect for that. So my eyes are brighter in the center, and that is it. I used this large sort of foundation powder brush. I think I used that one. I think I used all three. Maybe I didn't use this one. I used this one. I used this one. And these brushes have multiple uses. I used that one. And that one was for the blush. And then I used that one for my brow. So I used quite a few of them. I think it's maybe 3 of them I didn't use. So as you can see, these things can be used all over your face. They can be used for multiple purposes. They are very soft. I will say when I washed them, I did not see any shedding when I washed them. The largest brush did have a few little hairs in them that they didn't necessarily shed, but they didn't come out 100%. They sort of stick out of the brush. That's my makeup basket item. So that is it. I am going to put a little bit of a lip color on, and this is from Tarte, one of their lip sculptors. And I think I am going to do I need a lip liner. I'm going to do the lip gloss and the lipstick. But that is it for my face with the oval brushes from my makeup brush set. Thank you all so much for watching. The ordering information will be in my description. Thank you all again. Have a great day. Bye.